What's up, Dragon Brew? Today I want to find out if a deck is actually worth the hype, because we see this stuff with Arabella and Delney and Animpakal, and people seem to be going undefeated, having these crazy runs with it, so we're going to play it today and see if it's truly worth the hype. So, let's hop in. We're going to be playing a bunch of one-drops here. We've got Veteran Survivor. This is actually not bad because it can remove stuff from graveyards if we're worried about the Reanimator. Why did I say it like that? The Reanimator matchups. Oh my god, it's been a long day. But we also have Norn the Wary, which is actually kind of cool because your opponent goes to block one of your things, you can go ahead and exile it, and then you could replay it to lend a turn, which is good because we can protect some of our key cards. Now, we do have some get loss, because we do need some removal, as well as some lightning helix, kind of in that same category. But we do have Arabella. Obviously, you get to drain your opponent for some life. They lose life, you gain life. For each creature you have that's powered 2 or less. And we're going to have a lot of those, but particularly, this is also cool with Norn, because if they do block this, you leave 2 mana open, great, you just play it again next turn. Going further down, we do have Delney. Delney lets these things trigger, so when you have a Veteran Survivor or Arabella triggering, that's actually pretty sweet. Enduring Innocence also would get to trigger, but this only triggers once per turn, so unfortunately you can't get extra bonus out of this. But with all the cheap creatures, or low power creatures I should say, it does let you draw extra cards, which is nice. We do have Toby Beastie Befriender, which is neat because we'll have a few ways to make tokens we're going to talk about here in a second. But there is an interesting thing here with Toby and with Delney. With Delney's on the battlefield and you play a Toby, you get 2 4/4s, which is kind of cool. And the 4/4 Agent Legendary is just a 4/4 beast, so that's actually kind of nice. Then we have Animpakal, Thousand's Moon. We all know this is good. This is good with Delney. This is good with Arabella. Like, this is just one of the big things that deck wants to do. And of course, Dollmaker's Shop. Now, Dollmakers won't trigger whenever Arabella attacks because Arabella is actually a toy, but anything else that's attacking, this will trigger. We'll get a Deuter, and then later in the game, we can go ahead and pay 6, and then everything's bigger to try to run over the opponent. So yeah, not a crazy plan here. It's going to be play cheap creatures, go as fast as you can, try to do damage and get things over with. And as usual, if you like this deck, when you get to the end of the video, don't forget there'll be a link down in the description. It'll take you over to Moxfield, where you can download this and check it out for yourself. But alright, let's go see if this is worth all the hype. I mean, I guess. Like, it seems fine. I mean, we play that, play an Arabella, probably dies, we play the other Arabella. Oh my gosh, we have triplicate? I mean, I guess they have a lot of removal, that's good. Is this some magical mono white pile? Honestly, I was going to do this and attack instead of playing Delney, just because if they kill it, we can go and play another one. Alright. Deal 4 damage target attacking or blocking creature. Okay. Now, the only downside here is we could keep them from drawing a card if we leave up the get lost, but I'm going to go for more damage and hope they don't wreck our world. Get rid of that, I guess. Go to our graveyard, get rid of this. Carrot Cake. That does allow them 3 more life if they want it, and an additional card. If they don't spend their mana just to kill a thing here. Which would be relevant. Alright. I'm willing to gamble. They let us attack. Interesting. Alright. I don't know what their game plan is here. Okay, and then they die. Okay. I'm wondering if they would have just cracked this, they would have gained 3, would have had another blocker. You still block the 2 biggest things. I think they still would have been alive. Actually, definitely would have been alive. And then had 5 mana. I don't know. Could have went a bunch of different ways. But I guess at that point, if they tap out and play like Sunfall, then we get to attack and finish them with the Bivouacs. Like, I don't know. Weird scenario there. But hey, at least we were able to run with one of the most played decks right now. I mean, alright. I mean, if we're going up against an aggro thing, this is fine. If not, this hand's going to be garbage. Well, this hand's going to be garbage. There you go. It's that simple. It doesn't take a lot to figure it out most of the time. Here comes counterspell number 1. Yep. Yeah, if we'd had 1 or 2 drops, I think we'd have been in much better shape. But we are in a situation where this looks like we're playing against the Helping Hand pseudo Reanimator type decks. So what I want to do is this. Even though getting Anima Call here is nice, I want to at least try to give ourselves a chance to stay ahead on cards in this fight. Because they do play a lot of counters and a lot of bounce spells. So if we can keep cycling through things, we can slow the opponent down quite a bit. Or at least keep up with everything they're doing, more importantly. Okay, now they're digging for lands. That deck does tend to play land light, though, so I can see how that happens. But now they can reanimate a Haughty Djinn. Alright, lands are good. Not mad at that. In the turn. So now, even if they get a Haughty Djinn and they found a land, like we would target it, they can counter, potentially. They want to bounce that. They're not gifting. They're just returning it to our hand. Sure. Alright, that'll do it. Okay, we have a turn 1. I mean, I guess we have removal on 2. That's good enough. We can also draw some 2-mana things. Our biggest thing is just going to be having an untapped land on turn 3, really. And it doesn't even do much, actually. To be honest, this hand's not that good. Because even if we get Delney, we don't even have anything for it to work with. So we kind of need some other cards here. And if this is Azorius, can we outrace them? That helps, actually, quite a bit. Alright. Where do we go from here? You want to destroy? No, you're playing the Gremlin Tamer. Okay. I guess we just kill it. No point doing anything else there. Though I will admit, it is somewhat tempting to try to use the Get Lost on it so I can have more damage to go upstairs, or put the opponent in a situation where they're tempted to use a map on their turn and not have mana open to protect the thing if we decide to kill something later. However, they get to play a cheap thing here, and they're definitely going to take advantage of that. No, they opted not to. Interesting. What does that mean for us? Do I just, like, waste 2 cards here? That seems bad. Alright. I'm assuming they're going to try to protect it, and then we'll just respond and kill it. I mean, I hate wasting the cards, but we don't give them the maps this way, so that's fine. Still had to trade 2 for 2 there, so no real gain. Alright, we need something good here. We've kind of exhausted everything important we can do, so now it's just giving up creatures. Yeah, don't love that, but it kind of just is what it is. I mean, we're going to lose 2 bodies here. Nothing we can do about it. If they block Norn, we can easily recast Norn, but it's kind of all we've got going on. I assume they'll trade a Gremlin for... Oh, well, Not what I thought they were going to do. That's it? They didn't block anything else? Weird. I mean, I guess I'll take the action and then just recast it. I mean, as much as getting a blocker out of the way is cool, this makes sure I can still trigger the doll shop. And now, if we just get an untapped land, we could just pay 6 and all of our stuff's gigantic, too. That's the other thing here. Come on, untapped land. Let's go. Because they also technically get to gain 2 life here when they block. Though, there's also, if we get a Toby, then all of our tokens would have flying. So they wouldn't be able to block and would have to just take 4. So that's kind of a cool bonus. Alright, we need an untapped land, or at the very least, a Toby. Or I don't think we can close this out. You got it. All right, come on, deck. We've got answers. Toby doesn't really do it. We need the untapped land. Oh, we got a land, but it was not an untapped land. All right. Well, a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news. Sure. I mean, it's tough that, like, cost us a creature, but... yeah, they can't get rid of that. It's a creature or a planeswalker. Yeah, you get rid of Delney, obviously. I mean, if they can kill it after we spend the 6, I mean, that works too. So, they might have multiple outs themselves here. I mean, might as well attack and gain the 6, opponent. I mean, I'm not blocking with anything here. So, I mean, they can do whatever they want, but... not attacking for 6 seems kind of crazy here. Alright, so by their math, they're going to block 1, 2, 3, 4 things. 5 things. So, they're keeping blockers equal to our number of attackers. They'll gain 4. Alright, that's reasonable. Actually, you know what? I could have turned this into a 2-2 and blocked. Though they did leave a mana open. They don't have anything. I could have blocked there safely. Mistake on my part, for sure. But, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't worth risking the land anyway, since we didn't know. And we do need that land to unlock that other door. Alright. Arabella, you're cute, but we don't really have time. Alright. Yep, block and trade with one of them, obviously. Oh, you know what's funny? I can keep them from gaining life here. I can just give up Norn and not be able to recast it. That's funny. I don't know if the opponent realizes it. Like... I think we do, because if the opponent's at 14, then they're... or if the opponent's... they're going to lose all that, be it 8. I won't be able to make another token next turn, but all my stuff will still be 5-5, 6-6 if I play Arabella, and then 7-7 when I attack. Yeah, that's fine. Which one are you for? I need the one that's... okay, so the first one is for this one. All right. I will take that. Decline on the rest. So that was an interesting bit of interaction. Just to keep the opponent from gaining life there. Now, obviously, they can play 2 enchantments and get more gremlins, and we're kind of back to square one. But we at least put them in a worse spot here. Because if they play an enchantment, they'll make a token. Okay, well, this is going to cause a little bit of a problem. So now they get 2 cards. Yep. So now I have to find a Get Lost. And even then, that doesn't solve our problem. We just Get Lost, play Arabella. Oh, actually, when this comes into play, do we just get both sides? Then let's just find a Get Lost. Solve the problem. Opponent having 1 less creature here would be nice. Not blocking in hindsight hurt. Ah, just another Arabella. I don't think that's good enough for us here. Alright. Ah, that's tough. Oh, they have something they can flash in? Yeah, we're dead. Like, alright, GG's. We don't even have to wait around. Yeah, we know we're dead here. Alright, let's keep it. And then we can play a tap land, play Norrin, then play Enduring Innocence, and then we can figure out things from there, I guess. Probably our best strategy. And just hope that the Enduring Innocence doesn't get exiled. Sure, gonna make us discard a thing. Why not? Sounds good. It's kind of a weird situation because I sort of want to play Enduring Innocence anyway. My concern, though, is I may not have an opportunity to kill this otherwise. So I'm just going to do this now. I don't love it, but kind of is what it is. Alright. They pick that up, they replay it, we discard a land. I mean, once we're at 3 mana, we can cast everything in the deck anyway, so that's not really a concern. And this works out great. So now we can attack. We can take the action, so we can draw a card. Now, I don't know if Get Lost is going to be important, but it's a cool thing. Oh no, they found another Scavenger. And another Pixie, so we're going to lose this card and something's going to be big. Alright, well, tough situation. Oh, they just made everything 2/2. Alright. We can live with that. Definitely not mad at that. So now I attack. I could... This is interesting. Do I want to give something up or do I want to recast something and get a card? I mean, I can get a card anyway if I just don't attack. Or, I mean, don't attack with the land. I'm definitely attacking. Sure. Let's go. I mean, that's 12 or 6 damage, so I mean, we get in there over 2 turns. That's fine too. They don't want to give up the Scavenger though. Yeah, that we'll just let die and trade. So we're okay with that. That's the best scenario for us. Then we go ahead and just draw a card, and hopefully it's something good. I was hoping for a lightning helix, not gonna lie. The only good news here is if they get something where they can gain life, as long as we have Norn, we can keep them from gaining life, so they might get rid of our Norn. I was going to say, that was a weird delay. Sheltered by Ghost definitely gets to exile something. Interesting. They didn't want to get rid of our Enduring Innocence. But, alright. That's cool too, I guess. Alright. And a Pixie. Okay. Well, Lightning Helix is still great here. And we still didn't find one. That's terrible. That's terrible. Alright. Well, we're just going to do a lot of nothing. Like, we didn't find anything cheap to draw cards. Yeah, Bandit's Talent, sure, why not? So now we have to find a Get Lost. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So Get Lost would still leave them at 1. So it's not lethal, unfortunately, for us. If they attack, they go to 13. Yeah, it's like, we can't kill them any easy way. So the only shot we have realistically, because we go to 9. Yeah, Helix is not good enough here. Because this one gives it Ward 2? Yeah, so we need 4 just to even Helix that. But I mean, I guess we have to? I mean, I can't think of anything else we can do here. Alright, the card results in an Arabella. We got 2 extra life to work with. Let's see how this ends up. Because now we can attack, drain for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Nope, well there goes Arabella, so that's out of the question. Yep. So now we're back to needing another removal spell. Sure. I mean, that allows them to set up to kill us next turn, possibly. Well, definitely, because they can just, yeah, drain us for 2 here, or hit us for 2. Alright. Needs to be a Helix. It is not a Helix. And that is way too slow. Actually, I guess if we can draw a Helix off the top, maybe. But even then, that's still going to be risky. Alright. Well, we got what we needed. Buys us a little bit of time. We have exactly 4 mana. So we're at 6. We're taking 4 right now. 2 in the air plus 2 doing our upkeep. Alright, that costs us a creature. We'll lose a token. If they have another... Oh, they don't have it. Ooh. I guess this is a popularly played deck, because I feel like I've been seeing it around the last couple days. But, man, I feel like we had to work so hard. Oof. I mean, it's a win, but God, that felt like a slog. Sure. If we can find a 3rd untapped land, that'd be great. I say that, like, odds are these are going to die before we get to there. But, you know, in the event they don't, maybe. All right, found the land. Now I need them to use a cut down on this. So that way they can't use their go for the 3rd on Arabella. They will be able to use it on Delney, but, you know, is what it is. That's what I'm hoping they have in hand. If they have anything else, well, this is going to be a bad life for us. Like, if they bet here, it's fine, because, like, we lose Delney, but we have another one. If they have other removal, -3/-3 from, like, a Virtue, can't do anything about that. Alright, so that feels like they do have a go for the throat, potentially. And they just had to check out our creature as to why they couldn't kill it. Nope, they have something else. Oh, it's another cut down. Alright. Fair enough. Well, go for the throat gets Delney then. Can't beat them when they have double cut down and some other removal. That's tough life. Gonna just kill it now? Sure. Long goodbye. Alright, so it's just a pile of removal. And then Liliana. That's probably what it is. Oh, they're putting that on human. That's interesting. Oh, so they can cast that. Well, they could have cast that anyway. Kind of interesting. Why am I drawing all the Delneys? Oh, that sucks. Well, they can't block it, so sure, why not? Yep, more cards. Bronco. That's mildly annoying. Alright, I guess I'll kill that. Keep them off cards, and they can't block. Come on, I need to draw something useful here. That's not it, deck. That's like the opposite of that. Man, if we got a doll maker shop, Animpakal, like, I mean, like, there's a whole pile of things we could have got that would have been better. We've just drawn Delneys and lands. That's not good. Not going to get us where we want to go. There's another Bronco. And another Bronco. Alright. Sure. Norin, huh? I mean, I attack, I recast Delney, that doesn't do anything. Like, I'd rather just trade for a thing here. Yep. Man, this draw has been really bad. I mean, opponent's opening hand was great, obviously, with the 3 removal spells, but since then, we've really done nothing. Yep, Preacher. Makes sense. Land. Oh, we took max damage. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, we're dead anyway then. Even if we get what we wanted here, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, we drew nothing. Like, that was about as bad as that could have been. Terrible. With 2 bivouacs. Alright. This keep is kind of playing on the idea that this first survivor lives. Because we want to play a doll maker shop. If not, I hope we draw another 1 mana thing and we can play a Restless Bivouac turn 2. So there's a few ways this sequence of cards can develop, but I think this is where I'm at. Alright, Survivor's probably dying here. Yep. Alright, let's draw another 1 mana thing. Ugh, not quite. And now I'm kind of priced into playing that so I can cast an Enduring Innocence. Alright, well, we're going to need a lot of work here. Because at some point, we're going to need to get rid of Planeswalkers. So if we could find a Get Lost deck and have that for later, that would be much appreciated. Don't need it right now, but we want it later. Deep Cavern Bat. Boy, do I have some options for you. And what's funny is, I was going to say, it's kind of almost all the same as far as we're concerned. So, meh. All right. Let's go here. To start that sequence. Nice. Go ahead and play this. Play this. All right. So if we can find another Lightning Helix to start, that would not be a bad thing. And the good thing about Dollmaker Shop is that if they have something like Liliana here, okay, cool, we just get rid of a 1/1 token, right? There's really no loss in value there. Also, if the opponent blocks anything that's not, anything really, we can keep them from gaining life. So they're probably going to want to just be attacking with it. Though if they block Enduring Innocence, we just let that die, because, you know. Yep. We're okay with that dying anyway. You got it. Okay. Okay. This is nice. So, oh, this would take 3 mana, though, to kill that. Almost forgot. That is a small concern. You know what? I think we just attack here. We're going to get a card anyway. Okay. They block Norin. No big deal. We'll take the action. Oh. They take 1. We replay Norin. Play our land. End the turn. Ah, man. Really? That sucks. Man, I almost wanted to play almost any other card they had but that. So now I'm trying to figure out if I want to... I guess I'll just kill the other Deep Cavern Bat. And then they'll just take this Helix. I mean, they get their choice. Either take Helix or they take Arabella. Like, but I assume they'll take Helix. Because taking Arabella does nothing. Because we just kill the bat here and then play it anyway. Yep. That was a well-timed Deep Cavern Bat from the opponent. Definitely creates a situation that we don't like. Okay, let's go ahead and play this pre-combat, see what we find first. I was like, because finding a land would have been real nice to set up the gallery. All right, I guess we just go for it, right? I mean, the opponent obviously wants to play the Lookout. Sure. First one we don't care about. Second one, so we'll decline. We'll take it on that one because that keeps them from gaining life. Then we'll go ahead and play this and this in the turn. Then if we draw an untapped land, we just go crazy. Which I guess also puts them in a situation of like, do you kill Arabella or not? I mean, that being said, we're going to drain them for 6. That's not necessarily enough to kill them. And they have plenty of blockers. So we're probably just attacking, and then whatever they block, just recasting them, assuming it's not a token. Kind of silly that you're just keeping from gaining life forever, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I think they realize that. Like, they're never going to get life, so they might as well attack. Okay. This changes everything. So now we can kill this. And we go ahead and attack. No, back up Arabella. That's cute. Sure. We will... Wait. Alright. We'll take the action on the Arabella. And we'll just let the other one die. It's fine. Remove... I don't even know what they'd be getting back right now, so let's go Deep Cavern back. Alright, still looking for an untapped land. Untapped land basically puts the game away, I would think, but until then... Okay, now they might just be able to play a Planeswalker to win next turn. So if we get an untapped land, they can block 2 things and then take lethal. Right? That's where we're at. That's not it. Alright. So, if we get rid of this, they block Arabella, they take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah, that'll work anyway. Whoop! Wrong card. Let's use this. So, ultimately mattered not. Put this on top so we can get the extra point of drain damage there. And that'll do it. Sure. Yeah, good job, Norin. Norin did the job there. Oh, man. So how do we feel after all those games? It's good. Here's the thing. I can't say the deck's bad. But it does feel a little bit overhyped, right? It does have some weird draws that can get a little clunky and don't work out. Like, sometimes, you can just win by just, hey, look, I got it all Maker Shop. We flipped it to the other side and we just win, right? Like, that's kind of cool. You unlock both doors, game's over. Sometimes we had one game where we just top deck Animal Call while we already had a Delney out, and then that brought the game to a close, right? So there's a lot of interesting draws. I think the biggest thing about this deck is if your 1 or 2 mana plays, being Veteran, Norin, or Arabella, don't survive those early 2 turns, then it makes everything else very weak, right? Because just playing a Delney without an Arabella out early, or a Toby or an Adam Pakal, whatever, just doesn't do much. So it's like, all right, well, now your turn 3 play kind of becomes just Enduring Innocence or Toby if you have them. Because you don't even really want to run Adam Pakal out there by yourself with nothing attacking, right? So you can get into ugly situations. But the hands where you do get one of your Veterans or Norin, and then get to follow it up with, like, spell, removal, play an Adam Pakal, whatever, like, then things really start ramping and your opponent has to fight to keep up. So, yeah, this is a tough one. As far as, is it hype-worthy? I'm going to say not necessarily worth the hype, but still a pretty good deck. If you want to play it, I think it's easy to justify playing this deck. It's actually pretty cool. But if you want the list we played, it's going to be 4 Veteran Survivor, 3 Norin the Wary, 4 Get Lost, 4 Arabella, 4 Lightning Helix, 4 Delney, 3 Enduring Innocence, 3 Toby, 4 Animal Call, 4 Doll Maker Shop, 6 Plains, 5 Mountains, 4 Battlefield Forge, 4 Inspiring Vantage, 4 Restless Bivouac. And I will say this too, if you do have the lands already, most of the other rares or mythics in here aren't terrible. Like, Enduring Innocence you'll play in multiple decks, Anim Pakal in multiple decks, probably Dollmaker Shop in multiple decks. Then that just brings up stuff like Delney and Toby, you know, if you want to craft them or not. But all the other cards are actually commons and uncommons, so, you know, pretty easy to build if you want to build this one. But yeah, if you like these quick and interesting aggro decks, we played a Gruul deck with artifacts, which is kind of really different, but was surprisingly good, and we won some grindy games and really didn't lose any. So you may want to check that out if that's your jam. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.